Hi, welcome to Highland Cottage Books. I'm Martha, and this is Highland Cottage, and today we are going to talk about mysteries that take place on trains. So grab yourself a coffee, a tea, or a soda from the dining car, have a seat on the couch, and let's talk books. Few settings lend themselves to mystery stories quite like the train. You're stuck in a metal tube surrounded by strangers, and there's no way to get out until the next stop. It's the perfect locked room scenario, but at the same time, it's in constant motion, and you can fill the car with whomever you want. There can be business people, families, tourists, randos, serial killers. Who knows who's on that train next to you? I would be remiss if I didn't start with the most famous story of all, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. There's a reason why, 100 years later, they're still making movies of it. And if you haven't read the story or seen an adaptation, then frankly, I'm jealous because it has one of the best endings of any mystery story ever written. The world's most famous detective, Hercule Poirot, just wants to go home. He's been in Istanbul and he's traveling west on the luxurious Orient Express, which is a real train. Poirot is just minding his own business, reading his newspaper, thinking his thoughts, when he is approached by a man, Samuel Ratchet, who says that he's been getting some death threats and he wants to hire Poirot to find out what's going on. Poirot says, "I'm not going to take your case because I don't like your face," which is unusual. Poirot likes a challenge, and he's persnickety, yes, but normally he's not callous. When people are in danger, he does like to help them out, but there's something he doesn't like about Ratchet. It's snowing outside, and the train gets caught in a drift, because of course it does. You can't have a story like this without a little inclement weather. And as it turns out, Ratchet was not wrong. He meets his end in a grisly way in his cabin later that night. In a case of closing the barn door after the horse is gone, Poirot decides to take his case posthumously to figure out who is the culprit. As he sifts through the clues and interviews the suspects, he realizes that quite a few of them have secrets that they don't want to divulge. So who did it? The answer is one of the most clever twists in all of detective fiction. In With a Vengeance by Riley Sager, Anna Matheson invites a group of people responsible for her family's downfall onto a train under false pretenses. She tells the conductor that under no circumstances can he stop the train between Philadelphia and Chicago. All of Anna's careful plans quickly go awry when the passengers start dying one by one, and she realizes that she has trapped herself on a train with a murderer. But which one of these terrible people is it? And did she accidentally get caught up in her own trap? I do have to give a little bit of a heads up about this book. This is not your typical Riley Sager book. He is known for thrillers that are possibly paranormal in nature. They're scary, they're creepy, they're fun, and this is fun, but it is very much a straightforward mystery. I think that if you like Kate Morton or books about family secrets and family mysteries, you'll particularly appreciate this one. 640 to Montreal, which comes out on October 28th, is about a mystery writer named Agatha, though she is a modern-day mystery writer, who is having a bit of writer's block. As a present, her husband gets her a ticket from Toronto to Montreal so that she can use that time as a bit of a writer's retreat. She'll be stuck in her seat. She'll have some good food there. She might have some spotty Wi-Fi, and she'll have nothing to do but look out the window at gorgeous scenery and work on her book. She settles in, opens up her laptop, and waits for inspiration to hit. Unfortunately, it doesn't. However, quickly things turn dramatic. The snowstorm that they're in, because of course there's a snowstorm, has stopped the train dead in its tracks, and they discover that the loud, obnoxious businessman isn't actually sleeping, he's dead. And not only that, but it seems that it wasn't because of natural causes. So now Agatha is stuck in a car with 6 or 7 other people, and one of them is a corpse and the other one is a murderer. As the hours pass, things get more and more desperate until the situation goes completely off the rails. This book comes out October 28th, and I highly recommend you grab a copy when you can. I started it and then I had to stay up all night to find out, oh my God, how are they going to get out of this situation and who is responsible? The answer is weirdly delightful. Everybody on This Train is a Suspect is Benjamin Stevenson's follow-up to Everybody in My Family Has Killed Someone. Stevenson's protagonist is Ernest Cunningham, who is the author of how-to books for mystery writers. So as he's telling you the story, as Cunningham is telling you the story, he's also telling you how he's telling the story. It is meta and clever and very funny. Ernest is participating in a literary festival on rails with a group of mystery writers and their fans. There's jealousy, intrigue, and murder afoot, but no snow, and the weather actually is great. The other mystery writers and fans are in some ways cardboard cutout archetypes, but in the best way possible, because the result is a self-aware romp. This isn't a parody, though. There is an incredibly satisfying, compelling mystery at its heart, and no, you are not going to guess the solution. Out of all of these books, I think this one's my favorite because it is simply the most fun. So that's it. 4 mysteries that take place on trains. Our next stop will be more spooky books just in time for Halloween. Bye!